shout out to my Jonin Ninja Radium TX and my Chunin Ninja Scorpio King 3. Hello, Star Citizens, and welcome to another Star Citizen Nightly. This one's going to be a pretty interesting one, I think, especially since now we got 3.23. Or wait, 3.23, no, 3.24. Yeah, 3.24. So let me start, of course, by saying we are doing our ship contest this month. It's going to be a very interesting ship that I give away, and that's all I'm going to say, is that it will be an interesting ship. And continuing on with that, make sure you read all the details on our social media or on our Discord for the contest. You know, you got to you got to like or dislike. You got to leave a comment, and you have to be subscribed in order to be in position to win. And of course, the more times you do that, the more chances you have at winning. So this one is a little interesting because I played 3.24 in the PTU, and I literally didn't even make it out of the hangar. I didn't think I would make it out of the hangar going in, so I was already like, probably not gonna make it out of the hangar. Because I knew that this is a feature I've been waiting on for a very, very long time. So as soon as I got in, I was like, I shouldn't even anticipate making it out of the hangar, because I know I'm just gonna want to test this hangar and see what I can do. So there was some pretty interesting things I noticed. I'll give you like like 3 things that I noticed. One is that after I took 3 vehicles out of the hangar, and the first thing is, when you take vehicles out, I thought that they had said that the vehicles were going to come up via the freight elevators, but they didn't. They came up through the regular vehicle thing. I have an extra large hangar, and you have this gigantic hole where a reclaimer comes up, and the same ship that comes up or in that same hole where the reclaimer comes up, comes my little PTV. Like, it goes all the way down. The whole floor opens up and goes down just to bring up my little tiny PTV. So I don't know if that's just temporary or what, but that was an interesting thing I noticed. And then I took my PTV out. I took my Ursa Fortuna, and I took my my Archimedes Emerald. I took all 3 of those out, and I took the links out. So 3 vehicles and a ship, right? I parked the 3 vehicles in my extra large hangar at various areas, just because I was like, I think this is like a cool like hangar flare thing to do. Vehicles that I don't use that often, but that look really cool. I'm just gonna put them around my hangar. And I went to go get the 4th vehicle, and it kept spawning at the garage. So I'm thinking that you can only spawn 3 vehicles, and then in your hangar you can only spawn 3, and then the rest, if you want to put them in your hangar, you'll have to go to the garage, grab those, and bring them back to your hangar. So I did test. A third thing that I noticed is that if you put a vehicle inside your ship, I put my links inside of my Phoenix Emerald, and then I dropped it. I exited the game. I backspaced first, and then it was still there. Then I exited the game. Actually, I 30K'd, and then I came back to the game. I completely exited the game, restarted it, and not only were my ships still there in my hangar, the ones that I had left, you know, kind of parked around, those were still there. My Archimedes Emerald was still there. And the links was still inside of the Constellation Phoenix when I brought it back out of the hangar. So it's persistent, which is really cool. Yeah, and there was a few other things. So I kind of recorded the whole thing, and I'm still editing the video, but then I'll drop that video of my first time walking in. It was awesome. I don't really care how well it works right now. The fact that it works right now is awesome. Because one of the biggest thing that kept me from playing Star Citizen more is the time sink of prep time. The time sink of prep time constantly keeps me from playing the game. It's like, I'm going to have to prep for 30 minutes just to play for 30 minutes, and then hope nothing goes wrong, because something might go wrong, and then I have to do another prep time for 30 minutes. And even if nothing goes wrong and you just get killed, or a rock blows up in your face or whatever, you still have to do that 30 minutes of prep time again. And it just kept me from like I can't play it consistently because of this one thing, because one thing I'm lacking right now is a lot of time. So this is going to solve that issue. I don't have to go somewhere to get my vehicle anymore. I could take my vehicle out, park it, and then I can get my vehicle onto the ship that I need to get it onto, and then go and do whatever I need to do without having to worry about what's happening. And then, of course, being able to bring your ships out of a hangar, like a temporary hangar too, at some place like Everest Harbor or something is also cool. I haven't done that. But yeah, it solves a major issue for me. So I just thought that was interesting. Obviously, if you are not wave 1, you probably wouldn't, and you haven't seen all the video content that creators are putting out, you probably wouldn't know that. So yeah, I also messed around with the item system. I'm not going to go all the way into it. Just watch the video. I'll probably put that out tomorrow, probably later in the day, like afternoon. And it'll kind of just give you my first thoughts and experience, because I didn't even play until Sunday. So yeah, there's that. So let's get into this. And we got ourselves a weekly community content schedule, this week in Star Citizen, which is of course what we're reading now. And then tomorrow we'll get our subscriber link and subscriber newsletter. I'm hoping they come with the heat this time. I was okay with the last 2 months worth of rewards, but I don't think we've got a good reward in at least 2 months, maybe even 3 months. So I'm hoping that they come with the heat this time. I mean, I'm going to subscribe either way, so I guess it doesn't matter. But it's hard for me to talk people into subscribing. Like, I've signed people up. I've got people to subscribe, not for any consistent amount of time that I can say, but I've got people to subscribe, for a month, just so that they could like pick up a bunch of stuff, especially in preparation for 3.24 and all the stuff you'll be able to put in. But yeah, I might even take another trip down to the subscriber store, spend some of this credit I have. But yeah, if you want, content creators to get people to subscribe, you got to come with the heat, man. Got to come with the heat. Yeah, every month, every month I feel like every month we should get what our value is that we are giving you. Like, I feel like if I'm giving you, $10 a month, I should get $10 a month back of like value of the thing that you're giving me, right? So if you're selling something for $10, you could just give me that thing for free in the subscriber flare thing, because that's part of why you're signed up. And maybe it doesn't have to be all of it, because there's other things you get for being a subscriber, like access to wave 1, for instance. But I feel like it should be close. But I don't think it costs you that much to just give those things to subscribers as a, hey, thank you for supporting, the development of the game. So moving on, Wednesday, we're getting a lot of stuff. We're getting the monthly report for both Squadron 42 and Star Citizen. We're getting the roadmap update. We're getting a roadmap roundup. Hopefully it doesn't say there's no roadmap roundup. There's nothing inside of it, because that wouldn't make sense. And then Thursday, of course, we get Inside Star Citizen. Then Friday, we get an RSI weekly newsletter, and we get a Star Citizen Live. Speaking of that Star Citizen Live, they are looking for questions. So if you go on, this one's going to be about jump points. So I know, I don't know if it was, I don't think it was, I think I did. I think I hopped onto the Info Runners channel when they were discussing jump points, I think. And yeah, so I know they had a bunch of questions. So I'm hoping that they played a part in putting some of these questions up here. Or at the very least, they upvoted some. But yeah, come over here and upvote some of these questions. Normally I would like go through and pick one, and say, oh, this, everybody click on this one, because I think it's a pretty good, I think it's a pretty good option. Like, okay, I'll give you one just because, I like, pushing, I like the underdogs getting their day, right? So I'm gonna upvote this one, which says, what's the planned maximum ship size supported by transient jump points? I'm thinking that transient jump points will be like every size will be able to be in a transient jump points, because I think they kind of got rid of that idea, but I'm not 100% sure. And so that's why it's a good question, right? You know, so we can find out. So I'll upvote that one. It's my Randall Harding, who is Harding Orflow Solutions, and he's a mining mentor. I like that. I like that. I might check you out, Randolph Harding, next time. You can teach me some stuff about mining, because I don't mine as much. I don't think I've mined in a long time. I really should go and, you know, see what the mole is kicking around these days. Yeah, I don't think I've mined since I reviewed the mole. No, I did. No, yeah, since I reviewed the mole, that was the last time I mined. So yeah. Anyway, go on, upvote Randolph Harding's request in the looking for your questions, Star Citizen Live jump points, or add your own. If you do add your own, make sure you come to the Discord and get us to upvote it so your question can get answered, or leave a comment on this video with a link or something like that so we can go and upvote your question as well. All right, moving on. This is the Wave 1 patch for this was today at 1:17. So we still don't have our blockade runner dynamic event going on. I did, like I said, I tested the personal and instance hangar. I'm gonna do a whole other video, and I said this in my other video, I'm actually gonna do like a decor video, so there's gonna be some interesting things that I do with that, and I'm gonna decorate my hangar. I'm gonna try to buy all of the hangar decorations and see what I would do with them, kind of set my hangar up. I noticed there's not a whole lot of areas to hang out, and I also don't know if persistence exists for every area of the hangar. I'm guessing it does, but I have to see. So yeah, I'm gonna do a whole episode where I design a hangar. The freight elevators, I didn't use them because I think I was waiting for that, because I want to load an elevator in my decoration video. Load an elevator. Yes, load an elevator and then load a ship. But I don't think I had any freight anyway. So I don't know if I have to just go and buy some stuff just to load it. I just want 3 different cargo containers, and I just want to load them up. And I didn't go buy a trolley either, so I gotta go do that. Storage access, I did in that video. Hangar decorations, like I said, I'm gonna do a decor video, and I did not try the cargo hauling mission, so I'm gonna do I'm actually gonna wait on the cargo hauling missions, because I want to do this blockade runner event, which I'm thinking that they're saving that until this goes at least wave 3, because they're probably going to need a lot of people to be playing when that happens, and wave 1 you're just not going to get that many people playing, especially because it's still kind of a buggy mess. I had 30k twice. I think I played for 2.5 maybe 3 hours, and I 30k twice. I will say though that I 30k twice, one after the other, and then I was fine. So it was like 30k, I tried to log in, and then it 30k'd before I even logged back in, and then I was able to get back in. So the 30k problem I wouldn't say is massive, but it did happen. I do have some issues. I'm gonna, when I rewatch the gameplay, I'm gonna go in and I'm probably gonna do some testing feedback stuff. I think I noticed a few things. I 30k'd actually after backspacing and trying to get into the new transit system. So yeah. By the way, the transit system is better as far as timing. I constantly was able to get onto the transit system. This was at New Babbage, but I was able to literally just walk onto the transit system every time I went into the room. I think the most I waited was like 5 or 6 seconds. So vastly improved. And I also noticed that it just seemed like a lot of things were improved, but I also don't know how much I just don't pay attention to stuff. So it could be that I just wasn't paying attention to stuff. But yeah, you can go watch that video and see for yourself. So this is huge. Reduce the trespass timer in personal hangars to 0 seconds. That is massive, right? So before, people could trespass in your hangar, I think they said 30 seconds before, and then it went from 30 seconds to 15 seconds, and then I think it went from 15 to 10. I don't know if you've ever, like, I was gonna do this thing where I was gonna be silent for 10 seconds just so you can see how long it was, but you can pause it for 10 seconds and just sit in silence for 10 seconds and you can tell how long that is. You can do a lot of stuff in 10 seconds, right? Especially when you can pull out your weapons, right? Remember, once you go into these areas, it's no longer an armistice zone in your hangar, so they can pull out their weapons. So imagine me with my newly bought railgun. I walk into your personal hangar and just boom, start blowing stuff up or start shooting stuff. Like, I can do a lot of damage in 10 seconds, especially if I kill you. If you're just lounging in your hangar, you got to worry about somebody getting into your hangar for 10 seconds. Now, they can't just waltz into your hangar, right? They have to get into the elevator with you, or glitch through, some way to get into your elevator. But yeah, it's possible. So I like that this is changed to 0 seconds. As soon as you enter, you're done. And I think in the long term, they will change that to where people can get access to your personal hangar, but it has to be like they have to hack you. They have to it should cost people a lot of money to get into your personal hangar, and it should still be limited by a time frame, just to keep people's items safe, right? Like, you shouldn't even have enough time to grab somebody's stuff, put it in your inventory, and get back to the elevator. It should be you have enough time to maybe kill somebody, and then that's it. And you have to get lucky even if you do that, because your time is going to be so limited. And that's what I'm saying. So I think 10 seconds is pretty reasonable. Maybe you could even probably do less than that. But let's say you're following a target and then they are like, oh, to escape this bounty, I'll just go into my personal hangar, right? You should be able to follow them in, but not stay in their personal hangars just long enough to where you can pop off a few shots and potentially kill them and then go about your business, right? But it shouldn't be long enough for you to steal things or anything like that. And I think 10 seconds to kill it's not a lot, but that's the idea is you gotta be good at it. You gotta get in, identify your target within 5 seconds, kill them within 5 seconds, and then you'll get kicked out of their hangar. But at least you claimed your bounty, so to speak. Anyway, I'm gonna read the bug fixes because it's not in Evocati anymore. So I think these things matter now. So well, they matter to more people now. You are unable to lower the cargo elevators with cargo attached. They fixed that. They fixed a player who is the first one to retrieve a ship will be the only option that appears in a hangar's elevator floor selection for all other party members. So what would happen is you're in a party, the first person that pulls their ship is now going to their elevator, and then you're like, oh, we all want to go to our own personal elevators, and then we'll just meet back up in one person's elevator. We all want to go to our personal hangars, and then we'll all just meet back up in one person's hangar when we're ready to leave. Because maybe we want to go, get our weapons from our own hangar and then bring them, kit ourselves out and then bring that kit, to get on all on one ship. What would happen is you wouldn't be able to get onto the ship, or you wouldn't be able to get into that hangar, your own hangar, because it would only pull up that player who first retrieved their ship's hangar. So you would only be able to go to their hangar, not your own. So if you had kits you wanted to get or whatever from your kit, or maybe you just wanted to hang out there while everybody else prepared, you couldn't do it. But they fixed that, so that's good. But that's really important, because that would suck, because that would mean you'd have to jump out of the party, go to your own hangar, jump back in the party, get to their hangar. It was a mess. Then the Tumbro Cyclone passenger seat now functions correctly. I don't know what was happening with that, but I'm assuming people were sitting in it and they were just freaking out. You know how characters just freak out? Oh, my hand was doing it. Look at that. Look, my hand's freaking out. That's what the character would do in the Tumbro Cyclone seat. Anyway, there's some issues here. So make sure you read these issues before you go in, because then you're not, especially these ones that say 100% repro, that means 100% reproductible. Like we are reproductionable. I don't know what word that is. You make sure you read those, because this means that these things are these are happening to everybody, and the ones that say high chance, right? Because that means that these things are very likely to happen to you, and you should know these issues before you go in so that you could kind of try to work around them or not do those particular things. So yeah, read those before you hop into wave one, or if you're playing wave one and you're like, something's messed up, read this stuff so that you know not to waste your time submitting a feedback thing for it. But what you should do if you run into these issues is know, hey, these are known issues, so I don't have to do anything. But see if it happens to you the same way that these things are listed, because if it happens a different way, then maybe you should go in and put a report in. So let me give you an example. Quick buying items on display at the Orison Vision Center ends in transaction error about invalid player inventory. That says quick buying. But what if you did a regular purchase and it still did that, right? That would mean I need to go in and put in a ticket, because it's not just quick buying, it's any way that I buy something at the Orison Vision Center. So just an example of that. Yeah, and then they came down and they talked to, this was just people talking about stuff. But yeah, we got one of our members on here. So anytime, like, I don't remember all of my subscribers names, but like every once in a while, like I'll notice that there's somebody who's a subscriber. And so look at this, we got Pale and Tan. Over the weekend, I bought a 400i because I wanted to do some cargo stuff with it. Obviously, it got deleted with the new update, but they didn't reset the money. So guess I'm not going to test the cargo stuff. One of our longtime subscribers. Good shout out to Pale and Tan. All right, that's it for this one. I will see you in the next one. Thanks for spending your time with us. Peace.